outstanding young people who are graduating from each of our high schools that it is my pleasure to introduce to San Angelo, and your separate schools will probably know who you are, but our whole city, I want them to know a little bit about the type of young people we have in San Angelo ISD. I've watched you through my years here, especially after you got to high school, all four of you, and now you are fixing to end this phase of your life and begin the next phase, which for all four of you includes going on to college, an academic setting. I want to introduce you, and I'm going to start here with the ladies. Haylee probably is no stranger. She's just finished, Haylee Thompson, the run with our gymnastics team, and has been doing gymnastics it seems like your whole life, haven't you, Haylee? And we're going to come back to awards and all that each of you have gotten, but a great gymnast for Central High School. And then Emily Hurst has, all of you have played sports, and you have done so well in basketball and in your past volleyball, and are going on to play on the college level. And Anthony Moreno is a three-sporter. You've done track, football, and soccer, and are now going on and playing in college, and we'll talk more about all of you that way. And Eli Peterson, you are also multi-sport. This year particularly, you've done certainly football and track, and are going on to play at the college level. These four young people have all been written about in the newspaper, and certainly the sports reporters, both written and radio and TV, know your names. And your parents and extended family and friends have come and cheered you on. I've seen all of you perform on an athletic court or field, and you behaved that made us proud on the court and off the court. And you've all four been great students. So I can't begin to thank you enough. Let me, from our whole school district and the school board and the city, thank you for what you stood for. You've all had high character ideals that you have stuck to, and I'm going to thank you now at the beginning and the bookend at the end. Thank you again, and then we'll watch you cross the stage and go on to another phase and make us proud. Okay, Haylee, you have just been in the gym and turn those cartwheels and walk those thin, narrow boards and hung from things that the rest of us don't. Did you just love it from a youngster?
I did. I mean, I started when I was 3, and I started competing when I was 6, and I fell in love with it. And Coach Walker works really well with Coach Bo because I get to do volleyball in the first of the year, and then I come in and start in October and train for gymnastics till the end of the year. So.
And that is highly unusual for a gymnast to be able to do that. So I'm so grateful for when coaches see that a young person wants to do that and makes it possible. And it did not compromise the awards you won. you came out, your team winning state, and then you won at state individually.
Yes, ma'am.
What did you win at state?
I won floor and I won the all-around.
And all around means you were good at everything.
Yes, ma'am. All of my 8 routines, 4 events on 2 days together, had the highest scores.
And that's extremely unusual to be able to do. There are many gymnasts who are very good at a few of them, but that is almost unbelievable. Not many colleges have gymnastics teams, so your gymnastics career has just ended.
It has. It was a great way to end.
Well, you're going on to a great school. There, I said it. Texas A&M is a great school.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you have any idea what you want to major in at this point?
Mechanical engineering.
And what do you hope to do with that?
They have an emphasis on prosthetics that I'm looking into, and that's what I'm looking at right now.
And how did your interest get piqued at that?
Well, my sister just graduated from A&M, and she has a degree in civil engineering. So when I went to visit her, I went and talked to all the engineering departments, and they kind of talked me through and led me to mechanical.
You know, when I went to college, there were not as near as many options for young people, boys and girls, but particularly girls. And so I think it's one of the great changes that has taken place is it could be confusing because there are so many options for you young people, but I think it's wonderful for you to find something that really you're passionate about, because if you're gonna do it for many, many years, you need to be passionate. I love what I do, and so I think that makes it all worthwhile. What a great goal for you, and that will in the long run help a lot of people, won't it?
That's my goal.
Okay, Haylee, I believe you're going to accomplish that goal. Okay, you are going on to play college ball, Emily,
Yes.
and that is, and Anthony and Eli. A lot of people have no concept how your life is not as much your own, and so I hand it to you for that. And talk about where you're going.
Oh, I'm going to West Texas A&M in Canyon, and they're in the same conference as ASU, so I'll actually play games here at ASU.
And they've been beating
Yes.
our Angelo State Rams.
They were actually in the national championship this year. Unfortunately, they lost a close one. They were up, but
They're good in a lot of sports.
yes.
Yes, they are. We're going to keep trying to encourage ASU that maybe they can whoop y'all in some sports.
Not women's basketball.
Oh, Emily. Well, that is, as you should feel that way, as you should. So you probably had some options. What attracted you besides they have a winning program?
Well, the school I went and I visited, and pretty much my whole process with West Texas A&M was very quick. Like, they saw me play and they invited me up days after, and I just fell in love with it. And whenever I played in an open gym with them, and everyone was so passionate and so hardworking that I played with, and I could tell they all cared about it. And so that sold me right there, because I could tell they all loved what they did. And then this campus is beautiful, and the tradition there is just, they have a huge tradition built around hard work and spirit and just community that I just love, and I'm very excited to be attending West Texas A&M.
And I like it when you're excited. Both of you are excited. That's nice. Do you know what you want to major in?
I'm going into pre-physical therapy. I want to go to physical therapy school, and I don't know if I want to do that or if I want to go in more of a recreational therapy type route where I would help disabled children with therapy is kind of like motor skills is what I'm thinking more.
Nice.
I'm not sure.
Well,
exactly.
you don't have to be sure today. You don't.
Yes, ma'am.
That's good. Anthony, you two guys are going to the same school.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
That is really neat. And am I right, you're rooming together?
That's right.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Well, it isn't like you haven't spent most of the waking hours of your high school career together.
That's true.
Pretty much our whole lives, from elementary school to now.
You all are going to
Hardin-Simmons University.
Hardin-Simmons. And how did you both decide to go there? Anthony, you start.
I like their campus, and they have a good program, and it's really close to home.
I was just there for baseball playoffs, and I hadn't seen that campus in a long time. It is truly beautiful. I was very impressed. They've got some new, really a beautiful facilities there. Anthony, you're going to play soccer.
Yes, ma'am.
And they have done very well in soccer in previous years. Isn't that true?
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
And you are going to go add to their, I would expect you expect to play
Yes, ma'am.
pretty soon.
Pretty soon.
And what attracted you to their soccer program?
Coach really looks after them. He doesn't let them get in any trouble. Keeps a close eye on them. They have a winning program, and that's about it.
I was told, but I can't remember, was it last year or the year before that they really went deep in the playoffs?
I think it was last year.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So they've really had a strong soccer program. That's great. And it's good if you know so often who the coach is impacts where you choose, doesn't it,
Yes,
Emily?
ma'am.
Without a doubt, you don't usually choose to go somewhere where you feel uncomfortable or not real good about the coach's experience or ability to work with young people. Do you know what you want to major in, Anthony?
I want to major in physical therapy. Also,
You and Emily, how cool is that? And what inspired you to want that?
I like helping people, so I figured if I could help athletes get back on the field, then my job's done.
And your mom works with children of special needs, doesn't she?
Yes, ma'am, she does.
So I think that's a calling to want to work with and help people that have challenges that we don't have. Eli, you are also going, but you're going to play football.
Yes, ma'am.
And why did you choose to go there, besides you needed to help us keep Anthony?
He's in charge of me, but no,
It's a team, isn't it?
That's right. We got each other's back.
So were you attracted to Hardin-Simmons?
Well, when I went up for my visit, it was kind of fast, like her deal was. We got contacted or whatever, and they were kind of late to the party, I guess. But I went up there for my visit, and I just really liked their coaches and their players. We got to spend some time with their players after a dinner banquet thing that they had, and they were really cool. They actually talked to you and made you feel comfortable and included, I guess. And Coach Burleson, their head coach, he real nice guy. Really, really energetic about football, and he loves the game. The way I love the game, and so I think, and we kind of sat there and kind of watched some game film and actually watched and talked to each other with other recruits that were in there, and I just felt like I really understood him, and me and him just kind of clicked right off the bat. So, it just felt right.
Well, good for you. It does need to be the right fit. Mm-hmm. I tell parents who will talk to me about wanting their child from the time they're young to only go to one university. I tried that with both of mine, and it didn't work. But Charlie's and my goal was truly that it be the right fit for our children, and both of them chose well. They had great college years. Eli, what do you want to do with your degree?
I'm going to major in criminal justice.
And
I don't know. We'll see what happens after that. I mean, I guess it'll show me what all I can do with it. But
okay. Well, certainly probably in the line of police work in some form or fashion.
If I was going to do something, it'd probably be Border Patrol or something.
Okay. We need to go with goals, and sometimes they get turned in another way. I'll tell you many times, as it did for me, as it did for at least one of our children, it'll be a great professor that will pique your interest in a little bit different avenue than you thought, and you'll change your major or modify your major just a little bit. So there's nothing wrong with your preconceived notions at this point, Eli.
Yes, ma'am.
But many of us changed our path a little bit, and there was nothing wrong with that.
Yes, ma'am.
We ended up, we just didn't necessarily, nor would you have had the opportunity to know what all is available. So you all were all very busy besides athletic teams in your high school, and you have had some great teachers in both high schools, and you've had outside of school people who might have impacted your lives. Would any one of you share with us someone who has, you feel like, impacted you in a way that you're very grateful?
I'll share.
Okay, Anthony, you go.
The person that has probably impacted my life the most is my stepfather. My real dad left us probably when I was like 6 years old, and then he stepped in and showed me the right things in life and led me the right direction, so I'm proud of that man.
Nice.
I'd have to say my mom has influenced me the most. I mean, both my parents, and my mom's just helped me a lot through all my past injuries and struggles and everything I've gone through, and she's really shown me to trust in the Lord with all my troubles, and he'll show me my path. I may not know it right now, but he's going to lead me the right way, and so I can't thank my mom enough for
Emily,
showing me that.
our audience may not realize, and you may not, I don't mean to details, but you did overcome some amazing challenges. Tell us just very briefly during your high school years.
My freshman year, I tore my left ACL, and then my sophomore year, I tore my right ACL. And then my junior year, I played the whole basketball season, but after the season, I had a meniscus repair. And then this past year, my senior season ended early, and I broke both bones in my right arm, and I had to have them plated. And so I'm recovering from this injury at the moment.
Well, many people, no matter their age, that would have been enough for them to quit, especially their goals in athletics. And you've been a model for many of your peers about setting a goal and not letting all of these things stop you. It could have been a very legitimate reason to stop. Your principal mentioned that. That's why I wanted, and how much he admires what you've overcome for that. And now we're going to go play on the college level. Whew.
I'm so excited.
Yay!
It's coming.
Somebody else, somebody who's impacted you.
I'm going to have to go with Emily. My mom, definitely. I mean, from a young age, she pushed me in my sports and in my academics, which always came first. Wasn't always what I wanted, but academics always came first. And so she really, she influenced me at school and in my sports and at home, she's a great person. So she made me be a great person.
Nice.
I have to say that she was my biggest influence. And I got to watch my sister go first, so that helped a little.
Did you learn some lessons?
I learned a few lessons.
Nice.
I'm thankful for those.
You're a quick learner.
Pretty quick.
Okay, Eli.
I would say the person that influenced me the most would be my granddad, probably. From an early age, he'd take me out to the ranch, and we'd spend countless hours in deer blinds and driving around on the four-wheelers and looking at deer and looking at the cows and the sheep. And he's taught me so much more more than things I remember. He's taught me stuff I know that I don't even know I know. He's taught me, he's just been the most influential person, I guess, in my life. And I always know he's proud of me, no matter what. I know everybody in my family, proud of me, mom and dad and everybody, but just I've spent not more time with him, but more quality time, I guess, with him, and it all attribute out at the ranch. That's my favorite place in the world to be, and that's his place, so.
Nice.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you all we're going to miss you more than you can know. And unfortunately, many of us get real attached. And this time of year, I know all of your coaches would say, if I could have just held them one more year, but we wouldn't for anything, because you're fixing to enter such a great stage of your life. And so I want to thank you for what you've modeled for young people and for what you've meant to the adults that have been in your life, both at home and at school. And to me as superintendent, I can't thank you enough. I have loved watching you grow up and contribute. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, yes.